The best movie licensed game. The best movie license game. Well, most of them aren't that great, but the one that stands out in my memory is The Warriors on the original Xbox. It's also on the PlayStation 2 and the PSP, but I've mainly played it on the original Xbox. But it's kind of like Grand Theft Auto, no cars though, but you play as a warrior. You hang out with the warriors. It's like a prequel to the movie. You can rob people, beat the shit out of them, steal from stores, run from the police, and it's just an awesome game. It's probably one of my favorites. If I were to make a top 10 favorite games, it would be on there. And that's saying a lot for a movie license game. So that's my pick, The Warriors on the original Xbox.
Best game based on a movie. Now that is an interesting one. Best game based on a movie, because I can do it vice versa of best movie based on a game, but thinking about games that have been based on a movie, now that's an interesting one. I'm just having a look at my game collection now. Game based on, oh yeah, okay, best game based on a movie, I've got to say, is probably Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End for the week.
No one thinks like him.
He who fights and runs away lives to run away again.
No one fights like him.
What?
And no one does it like Jack Sparrow!
Because that game is absolutely awesome. The gameplay is fantastic, and it's just absolutely superb. It's quite funny in places as well. It's also quite interactive as well, so that's what I like about that.
When it comes to my favorite game based on a movie, there's no doubt in my mind that it's got to be Scarface: The World Is Yours for the PlayStation 2, Xbox, as well as the Wii. That game is absolutely fantastic. It does a really good job of expanding the story of the Scarface universe, and I really like how they changed the opening of the game, which would be the end of the movie, where you have the ability to change the outcome of that situation and therefore kind of change the story and extend it. It's a great way to do a sequel that you couldn't really do in a movie. This can only be done in a game, and I think it's executed really well. The story is great, and they went above and beyond to create an open world game. They didn't just clone Grand Theft Auto. They kind of did their own thing, and it works really well. They got a great soundtrack for the game. The game plays really well. Some of the mechanics they have, like the balls meter and blind rage, really adds their own little quirk to an open world game. And all in all, I think Scarface: The World Is Yours is a fantastic game. So if you're looking for a great movie-based game to enjoy, especially if you're a fan of gangster pictures or even just Scarface in general, this is definitely going to be a game that you're going to love. It's true to the Tony Montana character. It's true to the Scarface movie. And all in all, I just think it's one of the best movie-based games that I've ever played.
Many a time, there's been a problem with a movie release video game. You get the movie, it comes out, it's got spectacular graphics, it's got incredible actors, and the movie follows a certain structure and plot, and everybody loves it, so they immediately say, hey, let's make a video game based on that. But then, all of a sudden, the whole thing just falls apart because it's rushed, it's on a storyline, but luckily, you get something like this coming along every now and then. I give you, ladies and gentlemen, Lego Star Wars. So incredibly perfect. In this entire series, there was no clunky voice acting whatsoever. And look at how adorable they look. It's just Lego nonsense. It's been completely stylized. Let's see. It stays true to the storyline for the most part. I mean, you get a little ridiculous over time, but I mean, like, look, it just immediately says relive all your moments. I'm like, yeah, perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to have happen. So yeah, Lego Star Wars is probably one of the best movie franchise games out there, as opposed to like all the other Star Wars hit or misses that have been out there. They've got like Battlefront, which was a hit, and then they've got like Knights of the Old Republic, which was, I don't don't know, but it's still a lot of fun. And that is what I believe is the favorite of the best of all of them, and I'm sticking by that. Okay.
So that's it. Out of everyone I asked, those were the only answers I got. Apparently a lot of people couldn't think of a good movie license game, so to not keep this video super short, I'm going to list off some more of my favorites. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but X-Men Origins Wolverine for PlayStation 3 and there's Xbox 360. Excellent game, gory, has nothing to do with the awful movie. The Simpsons game was pretty good. Batman Returns on the Super Nintendo, really fun side-scrolling beat-em-up. Batman on the Nintendo, super hard, really good platformer. The Ghostbusters game on Xbox 360 and probably PlayStation 3. I played it on the 360. Excellent. And there's actually some kind of creepy moments in the game, which is surprising for a Ghostbusters game. Spider-Man 2 on the PlayStation 2. Probably the best Spider-Man game ever made. You actually feel like Spider-Man as you're swinging around New York City. Die Hard trilogy on the original PlayStation. 3 games in one. All of them are pretty good. There's gotta be more. What else is there? Oh, Aladdin, Toy Story, Lion King on the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis. All excellent games. And there's one more obvious one. That would be GoldenEye 007 for the Nintendo 64. Personally, I don't think it's held up that great over time, but when it first came out, it was probably the greatest first-person shooter up to that point. But I can't think of any more. Thank you to the couple people that were in this video with me, but if we missed any movie license games that you think deserve to be in this video, leave me a comment and let me know what games we forgot. Please subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. It really helps out the show. And yeah, thanks for watching. Go play more games, and I'll talk to you later.